Who am I as a teacher? In this short video, I'm going to talk about just some of the personal characteristics and qualities which I believe demonstrate who I am and who I've become as a teacher. These qualities have been shaped and developed from my experiences during teaching placements, from working with kids as a Sunday school teacher and a babysitter, as well as from my studies at university. The first characteristic is being patient. I always try my best to be patient with students, no matter how many mistakes they make or how many times I need to explain something. I never want to give up on my students and instead will try out new different ways to help them understand better and succeed in school. I really learnt how to be patient when I had my placement in a prep class at the start of the year. There were a few students who arrived with little to no knowledge of English, so I really had to be patient with their learning, especially in terms of their language development. I also had to try out different strategies to best support their learning, such as using visual aids and hand gestures. The next characteristic is being willing to learn and also having a passion and love for learning. As a teacher, I know full well that I don't know everything, but I'm willing to learn as much as I can. I love it when students want more information or challenges facts, because real learning occurs when people question and think for themselves. During my placement in a grade 5-6 class, the students were studying a unit on sustainability. I loved the topic and the learning intentions of the unit, but I knew that I had to brush up on my knowledge. But to me, this wasn't a burden. I really enjoyed learning about thermal mass and conservation and fossil fuels. I told my students that I was also learning just as much as they were, because I wanted to encourage and bring out the idea of learning for a lifetime, and that even us teachers remain lifelong learners. The next characteristic is being reflective and always looking for ways to improve, whether it's regards to my teaching practice and strategies, or even how I communicate with parents, staff and students. I know that self-reflection and assessment is important to my growth as a teacher and also to my students' learning. On placement, I've learnt a lot about my strengths and weaknesses as a teacher, from self-reflections, from feedback from mentors, and student feedback as well. And as difficult as it was at the beginning to hear and receive negative feedback, I've learnt to take that feedback and turn it into a goal to work towards achieving. The final characteristic is being fun and enthusiastic. As I mentioned in my teaching philosophy, I want to inspire my students to find the fun in learning. I always aim to show eagerness and excitement when I approach new topics, because how can we expect students to be engaged and interested if we as teachers are not excited about what we're teaching? Whether I'm teaching students about fractions, or about punctuation, or even Cartesian planes, I always try to speak with enthusiasm and even wonder. To maintain a level of interest and engagement, I create interactive and hands-on learning experiences that connect to students' real-life experiences as well. I want students to feed off my energy and to get excited about learning.